Hello, my name is Justin Adams, and welcome to Jay's Days. So, Fuller House Season 2 just came out on Netflix, and I decided to to watch it. I just watched the first episode. Those who sat through the first season know that DJ is now going through this thing where she's trying to figure out on who she wants to be with, who she wants to date, if it's gonna be the dude that she works with or Steve, the guy that's been on the show forever. So spoilers all around too. I'm just gonna go right through it. The first season I gave a pass. The first season I was just like, I liked the show before, even though I know that it's bad. It's just one of those shows that that it's bad and that it's not good, but it's a guilty pleasure. This second season though, this at least this first episode, the season premiere, is such a cringeworthy schlock. It's schlock. It's fucking horrible. But I can't tell if they know. I remember the season premiere for, or the first episode for the last season too was the worst out of all of them. It's because how they reintroduce these characters, how they bring us back into the world is just horribly done. Jeff Franklin doesn't know how to write for shit, man. The guy is a very, he's a sitcom writer. He knows exactly where to go with those A, B, and C points, but to give layers and character development is impossible. The dialogue in this is so horrible. The worst part about this episode was when DJ, when the youngest kid, again, I think his name is Max, I'm not sure, when he's freaking out about the world, he's like, oh my god, the world, we're doomed, He starts to give him this pep talk, and she's like, well, we can stand, we can fight against this, kind of like with me and this whole situation with me and these two dudes. She's comparing our world going to shit with her first world trying to figure out who to date problems because these two dudes brought girlfriends over to her party. Who, by the way, the dude that's the doctor, his girlfriend looks like she was just graduated high school. That's a little creepy and weird. So this first episode, starting off with a major bang into my head, bang as in a bullet. I can't wait for episode 2. Hopefully it'll be a little bit better. So episode 2, mom interference, is not an improvement on the first episode. That is really bad is this new Gibbler that is with us now. He's Kimmy Gibbler's brother, and him and Stephanie start to have a thing, and it's so forced. It's super forced. This episode, Jackson wants to be a football player. DJ is she's proving her parenting skills are horrible. She is a bad mom. She told her son that he can't play football because it's like an understanding way, we know about these things about football and how they can cause concussions. But instead of just saying that and keeping it right there, she tells her son, you don't have the right body to be in football. You have a ping pong body. Ping pong player body. Hold on, phone. Jeez. And I was just like, wow, DJ, that was great. The last episode, you were telling your other kid that your relationship problems is more important than global warming and what's going on with the world, and now you are telling your other son that he can't play football, not because it's dangerous, which is understandable, but because he's not fit for it. Wow, DJ, holy shit, read a book. Because there are a lot more characters. This is overstuffed with characters, a lot more characters than what Full House originally had. What Full House originally had was just the main people and the kids, like the 3 dudes and the 3 kids. That was pretty much it. This shit is like craziness, man. It's so many characters. It's DJ's kids, then Kimmy's kids. There's Stephanie. Then there's the boyfriends. Then there's the boyfriend's girlfriends. Then there's the boyfriend's girlfriend's grandfather. There's all of these characters, and it just, I don't remember the other, like the original Full House. I don't remember it being overstuffed with characters, at least in the first few seasons. I remember, like, as the series went on, it had so many fucking characters, but it seems like this show's already blowing its load and just giving us everybody, all of these annoying characters at once, and I feel like that's why the dialogue and the character development sucks so hard. The Kimmy Gibbler brother, I don't understand why he's there. He has no purpose of being there, but he's there. It makes no sense. Like, he even said the only reason why he's there is to be Stephanie's love interest, and it's so forced. And the audience too, the studio audience, there is no studio audience, I know that, I'm not being fooled, but the studio audience that Netflix wants us to believe is there is so obviously not there, because they're laughing and wooing about everything under the sun. I just this is just the second episode. That's how I feel whenever I watch this show. Episode 3. So I completely forgot about this kid, like Rocco or something. He was in the first season, like he was Jackson's friend, and so that's Rona's first kiss, and he ends up being a douchebag, and we all learn about first kisses. But meanwhile, DJ and Stephanie decide to crash an Irish wedding, and DJ falls for this dude, and she thinks he's the best, and then they find out that he's gay. So that's this episode. The Halloween episode. You know what? This episode was actually a lot better. I usually don't smoke in my room. I don't smoke inside. But for this binge experience that I'm doing, this major binging on Fuller House, and it's raining outside, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna smoke a cigarette in my room like a disgusting human being. Max he brings his buddy over, his buddy, I think his name is Tony, and Tony informs him and DJ that they have the worst Halloween stop on the block in the neighborhood, and so she tries to up the scary. And the best part about this episode is that DJ is not a piece of shit in this episode. She's not selfish. She's doing something for her kids, and it's sweet. This episode was actually the thing. It was the Thanksgiving episode. Started off really bad, horribly. But the thing that sold it was the last shot. The last shot of the episode was the best part, because it's something that it's very rare on the show, is getting actual human emotion. Something that felt authentic and real. It was just this one continuous shot of everybody just digging in on Thanksgiving, and they actually felt like a good group. But dude, does this episode show how many fucking characters this movie has? I mean, this TV show has. It has so many characters. I didn't even realize Joey had this entire freaking family. Don't remember that from the first season, but hey, we learn new things every day. Steve just found out about DJ and what's his face being together. Like, that's a subplot that the show really thinks is important, but it sucks and it's stupid. The best part about the episode was Uncle Jesse, Becky. Not their subplot. Like, their subplot was stupid, but them and those two twins, even though the twins can't act, like, it's nothing about that. It's just their dynamic, and just John Stamos. I would just rather it all be revolved around John Stamos. I don't know. He's funny, man. He still has it even when he's being cheesy. And the episode fit in like this really weird part. They're saying grace and they're like, please God, blah blah blah, and then say we really miss Michelle. Hopefully she'll come visit us next year. And then John Stamos literally looks at the camera and says, come join us, it'll be fun. They tried doing that the first season too. It was just like, well, that didn't fit there at all. But yeah, I really liked the last shot, because it wasn't, no one was being super over the top. Everyone was just being normal. And I know I'm not asking for the show to be real. I have my indie movies for that and whatnot. But I am asking for just like a little bit of just a little bit more, not heart, yeah, a little bit more heart, I guess. No, that's not what the word I'm looking for. This episode was, it was a lesson, you know? This show is a lesson. Stephanie, she wants to write a song for dumbass boyfriend Gibbler, who wasn't in this episode, which, thank you. I don't know where he is, but let's keep it that way. She wants to write a song for him, and Kimmy is, but she needs a band. And Kimmy's like, oh, we should reunite Girl Talk. And Girl Talk, if you remember, is you don't have to remember though, because they do a clip, just in case, you know. It was this band that they did, and Jesse was their agent, or was their coach a little bit, and they had this song. It's gonna get stuck in your head. And there's this girl who's smoking cigarettes, and she peer pressures Stephanie into smoking cigarettes until the DJ is there to stop it and to save the day. And the same thing happens here, because they get the same girl. I don't know who is playing her. She comes back, and of course she says, I need a cigarette, and pulls out a vape pen. And DJ's like, no vape pens. And so Stephanie's like, Girl Talk's over. Meanwhile, Ramona, they go into Jackson's room. Jackson's hanging out with all of his buds, including Paco, and Paco's single, so he goes to Ramona and he's like, hey, you want to go out? And she's like, no. And there's this video that gets released where Ramona's a hippo and she's dancing. So she's like, I don't want to go to school. She thinks it's Jackson that did it, because her and Jackson got into this little scuffle in the beginning of the episode that he keeps on using her headphones and she keeps on using his locker, was going in his locker. And so she thinks he's getting revenge by that, but really it's Paco getting revenge because she rejected him right in front of all of his friends. And then Jackson saves the day with a video of him farting, and they become better friends. So this episode was all about lessons. Hey, what can I say? This episode, that rhymed. Hey, what can I say? Up. That's not what I do. Know where to hang it to. maybe it's not the right thing to do. But then again, I think binging this show actually makes you insane. But I'm devoted. I'm gonna complete it. I'm gonna finish it. And then after that, I'm gonna watch Rise of the Planet of the Apes because and then Dawn of the Planet of the Apes because I need good entertainment in my face. Well, actually, I don't know. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen them, so that could be bad. So if those are bad, then I'm just gonna go on with good old-fashioned Rocky. I'm gonna start with 1, go with 2, 3, skip 4 and 5, go to Balboa, and then end it with an amazing Creed. Hey, as much as I hate this show, this episode wasn't too, horrible. Something that I'm realizing with this show, and literally the same thing with the last season, at least what I remember, is that it gets better with time, especially if you binge it, because then after like the 9th episode, you're just like, well, fuck it. Okay, I'm just gonna go through with it and say yes. I'm gonna say yes to it, even if they try to make New Kids on the Block relevant again. I'm not gonna go that far, okay? The high school reunion. We find out that, well, first off, it starts off and DJ and Kimmy are going to the high school reunion. As they're going to the high school reunion, we find out that Jackson got straight A's, Max got Student of the Year, and Ramona is on a dancer's list on in the newspaper. So they're all partying, and then they find out that Jackson fabricated his straight A's. And while they're at the high school reunion day, Kimmy's known as the trash bag gibbler. It's because when she was doing senior skip day, she lost all of her clothes and she had to put on a trash bag. And so when she's dancing, her dress rips and she has to put on a trash bag. And she gets very embarrassed, and this dude comes in and he's like, hey, you should just say whatever. And Jackson comes out of his room, and the entire family gives him awards because he's not, even though he's not the best at school, he's the best brother, he's the best boyfriend, and he's the best son. The end. Positive messages. And at the end, it gets a little emotional because DJ and Steve are there, and they start to see their relationship, but DJ's with the doctor dude, and Steve is with CJ, this girl who's basically DJ. And so DJ is starting to be like, oh, I kind of want to be with Steve again. We have so much history together, and it just feels right. And so she tells him, or she's about to tell him, and then Steve tells her that he's going to marry CJ, of course. And so DJ is like, okay, whatever, I guess I'm just going to stay with the hot-looking doctor dude who was dating a tween before. Okay. Yeah. So, I don't know if this is the second to the last episode. 11, 12. Last time I looked it up, it was 13 episodes. 2 more episodes, guys. This episode, holy shit. I'm losing my mind. It was a Christmas episode. And I'm Mr. Cool. It was a Christmas episode. And they, oh man. So, Jimmy, that's Kimmy Gibbler's stupid boyfriend. I always just refer to him as Kimmy Gibbler's stupid boyfriend, but his name is Jimmy. He says I love you to Stephanie. Stephanie freaks out about it. DJ, what does she do for the remainder of the episode? She does something. Ramona has the Nutcracker. Kimmy Gibbler takes over for her because she wants to go to Lola's Christmas Eve party. Jackson doesn't want to go to the Nutcracker. Max gets a girlfriend, which that's the best part of the entire episode. Because Max and the girlfriend are both just witty, sarcastic little kids, and it's hilarious to watch them. To watch them say this horrible dialogue and make it actually funny. The weirdest part about this episode, though, the weirdest part that made me like, wait, what? Is that Comet, I guess, can talk. I guess we can hear his thoughts. Who knew? He sees the bunny, because the scene starts off, the bunny is Steve's girlfriend's bunny, CJ. And CJ's daughter also comes, and that becomes Max's girlfriend. Max sees the girl, and there's like this huge moment, and he's like, oh my god. And then he's like, hey, so can my bunny stay here for a while? He's kind of sick. And he says that to DJ, and DJ's like, yeah, because she's a veterinarian. And then Comet comes in, he sees the bunny, he's like, and then suddenly he's like, oh, baby, I'll do everything for you. And I was like, what? Okay. Huh. And then, at the end of the episode, Steve puts the bunny down on the table, they're all opening gifts, and Comet comes in with, or not Comet, I think his name is Cosmo. I keep calling him Comet because that was the old dog's name. But Cosmo comes in with a carrot, he gives it to him, and then he's like, I hope he doesn't think I dress myself because he's wearing these stupid antlers. And then it cuts to the bunny, and the bunny says, I hope he knows I'm a boy. And the episode ends. And that's literally like the voice that they used. The worst. The absolute fucking worst. Oh man. It just literally became Look Who's Talking Now out of nowhere. It's over. It's over. It's fucking over, yes! It's fucking over. Oh my god, it's fucking over. It's fucking over. It's over. Oh my fuck. I can't. It's over. New Year's episode. Everyone is back. Jesse and Becky are getting their new kid, their adopted kid. Steve proposes to CJ. Jackson tricks Max into thinking that he missed the New Year's count. The more I'm seeing Max, the more I'm getting annoyed by him, which is making me kind of sad, but I still like some of the lines that he says, but when there are some annoying lines, not even he can stop it. The last few minutes, just like the Thanksgiving episode, the last few minutes are the ones that got me, minus the last few seconds, I should say. Once they did the she-wolf thing, I was like, shoot myself in the dick and the head and whatnot. But when Jesse showed yet another character is being introduced, I was like, okay, when he was saying their names, it was a combination of Bob Saget's wife, DJ's wife, and it was very sweet because those characters are dead. God, another character, man. Holy shit. I'm losing my mind. Netflix, I'm going to come over to your house and kill you. I don't know where you are, I don't know where you sleep, but I'm going to find you, and I'm going to kill you. I have a particular set of skills. The overall analysis on this is that the show is a cheesy fuck of a mess, man. Worse than the first season. The first season I gave a pass because I was into the nostalgia at that point. I was into seeing the characters and into seeing what they were going to be doing in the future. But now that I'm seeing the future, it's so unbearable, man. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. These are like horrible, half-assed, cliched storylines. But you know what? I did it. They look like they're having fun, and that sometimes rubs off, you know. When I see like they're actually like they're just having a good time doing this, you know. It's hard to sit here and be like, oh, I'm gonna kill all of your fun. But just because people are having fun does not mean that we're having fun watching them 100% of the time. Especially if it's cliched shit like this, where there are stereotypes. It feels like nothing's changed, and I don't know. That's probably what they want. You know, they want that feeling of this is exactly how sitcoms used to be. But just because that, like, it does not mean that you can't do anything new. Hey guys, thanks for watching my Fuller House Season 2 bingeathon. I don't know what else I'm gonna bingeathon. I really want to do a lot of binging. Just keep doing this type of thing. Hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully it's not too boring. If it is, then hey, it's okay. Because I might shoot myself in the face after watching Fuller House Season 2. Don't binge this show. That's my overall analysis. If you binge it, you are probably going to lose your mind. It depends on how you think. If you are a kid, then sure. You shouldn't be watching. If you're a kid, then you really shouldn't be watching this. Hey guys, that's what I think about Fuller House Season 2. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments section. Like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. This is a fake gun, I swear on my life. Blah, blah, blah. Yes.